Ray, I'm branch secretary at Clark's. Absolutely fantastic solidarity crowd in with us today. Really impressed by it. Unfortunately, nothing back from the company as yet, but we're committed to continuing, and we'll do indefinitely. The noise at times with the horns is absolutely stunning. Yeah.
I think this fight's about so many different things. I mean, first of all, this is an institution in Somerset, Clark's. It's been famous for years and decades, in fact, for giving jobs to this town, and yet now we're seeing it start to get dismantled in the name of what, more profit for the bosses. So we're really, really glad that community workers are mobilising and standing up against that. You've finally got a union that's fighting against this absolutely disgraceful fire and rehire policy. I mean, there's nothing worse than an employer coming in, failing to reach agreement and just imposing terms on workers. And it's quite right that people stand together, come together and fight against it. So we're here to show our absolute support and total solidarity for this fight.
I'm Andrew Hurd from ASLEF. I'm the Vice President at the moment. There's great solidarity here for the workers who have been fired and attempted to be rehired, but they're not having it, and it's brilliant to come down and give them support from ASLEF.
I'm here supporting the Clark's striking workers and sending some solidarity. I'm here with my Unison comrades who've come down from all over Somerset to support the strikers today. I think it's absolutely appalling what this employer is doing to these workers, and now imposing fire and rehire as a tactic is completely draconian, and we completely reject that.
I'm Gareth Lowe, I'm a regional officer with Unite the Union. I've got workers inside Clark's, both at the distribution centre and down the road at the HQ. Unfortunately, we weren't able to secure a mandate from those workers to take industrial action in solidarity with the community workers. Now I'm out here today in solidarity with those community workers, and the reasons for that is they're having their terms and conditions slashed, including cuts to their base rate of pay as part of a consultation. And the employer's answer, if you don't like the outcome of the consultation, well, we'll fire you and we'll rehire you on those worst contractual terms. It's an exploitative legal loophole, and one that should completely be closed. We're hoping that Barry Gardner's bill that's going to Parliament on October the 22nd for its next reading will give the opportunity to close that loophole and ensure that collectivism wins out and employers don't have the upper hand over employees in these type of consultations.
Somerset Unison, but I'm also a former chair of the Unison Staff Pension Scheme and a member of Trade Union Share Owners. And what I'd be really interested to know is about Lion Capital and who are the backers, who are the investors behind that. A lot of them would be pension schemes, the workers invest in and save in, and they're responsible for this. They're putting the pressure on management to make these cost cuts. That's what venture capital firms do, and they're changing the ethos of a family firm as a result.
The chap who's now in his 80s, who was largely responsible for closing all of Clark's factories, that even Tom Clark, maybe the last survivor of the old dynasty in terms of his Quaker roots, came along to the picket line and he didn't know about it and he was disgusted. So if Tom is prepared to pick up the phone and talk to James Heapy MP, and if James Heapy MP, there's nothing wrong with a bit of wishful thinking, is there? And if James Heapy MP does pick up the phone, Boris Johnson, and say, what you said in the House of Commons 6 weeks ago, that fire and rehire wasn't a good practice, well, put your money where your mouth is and actually do an unprecedented thing and back Barry Gardner's bill, which is due in the House of Commons next week.
It's Nigel Cossey, Southwest TUC Regional Secretary. It's great to see so many people here in streets outside Clark's protesting about their fire and rehire tactics. People are here are on pretty low wages already, and to expect them to take further cuts is just disgraceful. And so it's good to see so many unions, so many people coming to support them.
I'm absolutely amazed by the solidarity shown by you all. This is absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for your support. We are 12 days in. We're prepared to continue. Yes. Yeah, we're not going to stop. We're not going to stop. Eventually, they need to talk to us. But I thank you so much for joining us today. It means a lot to us all. Thank you.
Thank you.